Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. Except when I don't. This time, I want to take a look at some comics that I got today. Ooh, wet my whistle. So comic haul I got from the dollar boxes at one of the local comic book shops. That's at J&J Comics at Mission Trace Shopping Center in Thornton, in Colorado. I know there are Mission Trace shopping centers everywhere, but this is the one in Thornton. And it's a little mom and pop shop store, small store. They don't have they get new stuff. They don't have much in the way of back issues, but it's good for getting new stuff. But they still have dollar boxes, and that's an asset. So when I went there today, I picked up one new book, and that is The Incredible Hulk, number 16. This is a variant cover. So I don't know what the original cover was like. It's after Everett, so I don't know. Super gigantic Hulk astride a flaming New York with a massive hammer in his hand. He's about to wipe it out. And after I got home and after I read it and went looking, because I had just a week and a half or so ago, I picked up another issue of the Hulk, and I thought this was afterwards. And it turns out that the other one that I had that I got previously is the follow-up issue, The Incredible Hulk number 17, also a variant cover. I don't remember where I got that because yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. Because the closest place, all the variant covers cost more. And like this is the Godzilla variant, so it's got Hulk versus Godzilla. I think I showed that in the previous haul. I'm not sure. Anyway, and so we're going to. I'll take just a minute or two to review this Incredible Hulk 16. I do like the cover, and of course, this is written in the storyline, being written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, with Danny Earls as the artist, and I think it's the same creative team in the other one. Nick Klein is the artist in issue 17, and Nick Klein. I didn't mind the Danny Earls art in this one. This is a Lament for a Fallen Crown Part 2. And I didn't get issue 15 then. I don't think. Maybe I did. I don't remember. Anyway, this is going back in time, because there's something about Hulk being... there being several Hulks throughout history. And it's and of course the Bruce Banner Hulk is just the current iteration of that. And it was originally the very first Hulk being big and green and stuff was Enkidu from the Epic of Gilgamesh. And this goes into Nineveh and fighting monsters and wanting to free the people, and the whole thing. To try to defeat the eldest, because the eldest is a big villain here in this current iteration of the Hulk. and all these monsters trying to get the power of the Hulk to free the mother of all horrors. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Mother of Horrors. And who had been imprisoned many thousands of years ago. And this is when the eldest, which is the first offspring of the Mother of Horrors, they're really some really weird, creepy stuff, and that's what they've been going with a lot lately with the Hulk. I like the horror aspect that they've been using for the Hulk, but this is almost the whole thing is in flashback, and takes over the Hulk's body, or the Enkidu's body, but a problem I've got with, I mean, it's told fairly well written and well told. I think decent artwork, although I like. And then after the story is over, we still see the Hulk as he's walking on his way to Las Vegas. And of course, issue 17 is when he gets to Las Vegas. And he finally comes face to face. And that's some creepy stuff. And this is drawn by Nick Klein. And I do think the Nick Klein art is better overall. And storytelling is better. And up against the eldest in a different form, different body now. And one thing that they currently have been doing is that the Hulk's skin is getting penetrated right and left. And I hear this stuff, and he's at one point he's impaled here, yeah, on this stalacmite rather, but it doesn't kill him and stuff. But you know, it used to be that the Hulk, oh, I like that for the next issue, is that the Hulk he's supposed to be, you know, virtually invulnerable physically, but he's constantly getting slashed and stabbed and stuff. But the only real complaint I've got is that they really stretching this so long, stretching it out, that this whole issue shouldn't take more than 4 or 5 pages. And if you remember, back in the 1960s, when Marvel had those split comics, and Hulk was in Tales to Astonish, and they'd have Tales to Hulk, and at one point Submariner, and at one point Ant-Man or Giant Man, and those they had like 12 or 13 page stories. And they told more story in those 12 or 13 pages than we get in this entire issue, and probably at least as much as in both of these issues together. And that's just my gripe. But some of the and it's some decent writing. I can't really tell where it's going to, but I like the horror aspect of it. So that's all. I just wanted to kind of review about that a little bit. Now, for the dollar comics that I picked up, some of these may be getting to see in coming weeks or months, is Zero Hero issue 0 from Dark Horse Comics. This was early 90s. What was it? 93? Did it say? 94, and I covered Zero Hero one other time when they had a special, and he was up against Godzilla. It's because Zero Hero is a giant being. He's a giant super being. This kid transforms into this giant super being, and he fights kaiju, and that is so cool. Erie Apthorpe Aiken. I'm not familiar with them. I remember not just in the last few weeks or so, I had reviewed something that had Apthorpe as the artist, and I can't remember what it was, though. So sorry, I can't remember. But anyway, and this looks cool, and it looks interesting. It's featuring the mountainous menace of the Mesa Man. And here from 1989, the Huntress number 7, and this was, of course, the Helena Barba Bertinelli, Helena Bertinelli version of the Huntress. And when this first started, I got the first few issues. I enjoyed it. This Joey Cavallari, Joe Stanton, and I enjoyed it and I liked it. And I wasn't, and still I'm not completely thrilled with, because I like Joe Stanton, but I was not completely thrilled with this particular rendition. And I think because they took making it gritty to an extreme, and it's not a bad experiment in the art. But I think it's primarily for the inking and stuff. But we'll be seeing that again. Then I got from 89 also Captain America number 365. Cool cover with the Submariner Goes Wild, duking it out with Cap. Right there at the beginning, the Red Skull, and it has some really nice artwork. Grunwald, Dwyer, Bulinati, Morelli, others, and that Acts of Vengeance. So it's in the middle, of course, as usual, in the middle of a storyline. I don't know what's going on, so we'll see. And then another Captain America, just a few issues later, Captain America number 368. And what's he? He's up against Magneto, and again, different art team, but it's still written by Mark Grunwald. Some nice artwork here. So this looks like it could be Red Twilight. Some nice looking stuff. We'll see that. Then something that I've been wanting to get. Some of these I used to have just a few issues of Night Force from this 1983 Night Force DC Comics. Got Night Force number 8 and Night Force number 12 by the great team of Gene Colan doing the artwork and Marv Wolfman writing. And of course they did for years and years did the wonderful Tomb of Dracula at Marvel. And I have to wonder if maybe this group, the Night Force, might not have been inspired by characters from Tomb of Dracula. Of course, the great Gene Colan artwork and stuff. And because I haven't read any of these in decades, but I remember I got first few issues and I enjoyed it, but I didn't follow it up. And I don't remember how long it ran, but I'd like to get more of that. And these would have been good for Halloween. Boom. And then we go to something that I hadn't even seen. Both of these are just from last year, 23. Is Star Trek Strange New Worlds, The Scorpius Run. And this is cover C. So and I don't know anything, but it's in the middle of a storyline. And I just thumbed through it with some nice artwork. And I don't know anything about the writing, of course, because I've never read any. I didn't even know that they were doing Strange New Worlds comics, and I have never seen any of the Strange New Worlds episodes. And I'm a big Star Trek fan because we don't do streaming services. And so, but I love Star Trek, so I'll have to. And I haven't been keeping up with the newer stuff in comics, so we'll see. Then this is Star Trek 15, so from IDW, and Harry Kim and the baby is that supposed to be Belana Torres's baby? I don't know. And again, real nice artwork in the middle of a storyline, but I don't understand it because they've got characters from several from different series, and Planet of some dinosaurs and stuff. And it's got Cisco. I thought Cisco was with the Prophets, and it's got Harry Kim and Tom Paris, and a bunch of, and they're fighting dinosaurs and stuff. So it looks like it could be cool. Could be cool. And like, apparently they're all on the USS Theseus. So, and then we're going to finish up with a freebie. This is Marvel Must-Haves. So, from August 2024. I briefly mentioned another must-haves, and of course this is a freebie, but it has, you know, something to introduce you to, or a jumping on point for some stories. And this features the Spectacular Spider-Men. I didn't know they had a title of Spider-Men. Of course, this is and this has got, what's his name? Of course, the Peter Parker Spider-Man and Miles Morales Spider-Man as well. So I'll have to read this, and then it's got an Avengers story and some really, really nice artwork in here. Looks like fully painted. Of course, this is from Avengers Twilight, Book 1, and then that's some really cool stuff. And then something that I had never heard of is called, and I don't know anything about, Gods. And this is from Gods 2, issue 2. I don't know anything about them, but we'll see. We'll see. And they all have some nice artwork. We'll see how the stories are and how the writing is. I just hope the pacing is better than in the Hulk. Whereas I like the Hulk stories. I just don't like the pacing. So much of the modern pacing, just because it's well, if they keep at it, eventually it's going to be like the manga, and I don't like the pacing of the manga, where you have to, you know, you can read a 300-page volume and get less story than in one or two issues of a standard American comic. So that's all I've got to show you here, and that took longer than I expected too. My review of The Incredible Hulk number 16 and my pickups from the J&J Comic Shop dollar boxes. So thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe. Do leave your comments down below. Any particular issue you might be interested in, let me know. And remember, comics are art.